Hello everybody, it's Yashar here, back again with another video. And in this video, I'm going to quickly go over the latest earnings report of EQ Bank, which released yesterday after the market closing bell. EQ Bank is one of the largest holding in my stocks portfolio. In fact, it is the third largest company I currently hold after Google and Meta, and I really think this is one of my investments that will significantly outperform the market in the coming years. For those of you who are not familiar with EQ Bank is the 7th largest Canadian bank by market cap and is a fast growing digital bank and a competitor for conventional banks in Canada. I analyzed their stock compared to other conventional big banks in Canada in detail in a separate video on the channel, and I will leave a link to that video in the description box below. The company reported earnings yesterday after the closing bell, and I think it's an overall amazing earnings report with some great numbers regarding their core business, the growth of their deposits, the number of their customers, their plans for expansion, and also the dividend increases, which are all in all great news. Let's review the earnings report highlights first. EQ Bank adjusted return on equity was up 15.9% in Q4 and 15.7% in 2022 as a year. It was better than the previous guidance of EQ Bank management team. EQ Bank adjusted diluted earnings per share is up 7% quarter over quarter and 9% year over year. Again, totally in line with the previous guidance of the management. They increased their dividend yet again by 6% quarter over quarter. They basically continue to increase this dividend every single quarter by 6 or 7%. The EQ Bank dividend yield on cost for the shareholders will be ridiculously high in the next 3 to 5 years if they can continue to increase it like this. Their common equity tier 1 or CET1 capital was also higher than guidance. CET1 ratio basically compares a bank's capital against its risk-weighted assets to determine its ability to withstand financial crisis, financial distress. Their assets under management was also up 47% year over year. Their number of customers is up 23% year over year, and their deposits are up 14% year over year. Another important parameter that I like to look at for a bank is the net interest margin, which is a profitability indicator. Net interest margin basically measures the net interest income a financial firm generates from credit products like loans and mortgages. A positive net interest margin suggests that a bank operates with positive profit, while a negative figure implies investment inefficiency in the firm. So their adjusted net interest margin or NIM is 1.87% for the year, which is a solid number for a business which pays significant interest income to its customers. And their net interest income was up 40% year over year in this quarter. Also, their overall revenue was also up 22% year over year. All in all, solid numbers across the board. Andrew Moore, President and CEO of EQ Bank, after completing the acquisition of Concentra Bank, summarized the results of 2022 in this paragraph. 2022 was a pivotal year as we became Canada's 7th largest independent bank with nearly 103 billion in combined assets under management. But what made 2022 most memorable was the opportunity to deliver better banking experience to many more people in Canada. Among the highlights was the launch of EQ Bank in Quebec in December 2022, where we are rapidly gaining new customers. Momentum continued in January with the launch of EQ Bank card, with tens of thousands already ordered by customers. And I received my EQ Bank card basically in the mail, I think last week. So this is the card, it's very beautiful. While expanding services and digital solutions, we once again delivered on our return on equity North Star at 15.7% adjusted for 2022, and with it extended our decades-long track record of consistent value creation. Our challenger bank workforce deserves full remark for achieving these results, and yada yada yada. Okay, so you get the idea basically. Overall, this was an amazing earnings report for EQ Bank, and I'm happy with the core business performance and will continue to hold my shares in EQ Bank for the years to come. I mentioned this before, but I want to mention it again. I usually try to not predict like this, but I think EQ Bank will hit a new all-time high later this year. I think EQ Bank will hit a new all-time high later this year or in 2024. I may be wrong, time will tell, but I think this stock is still undervalued even after the recent rally in the share price. There you are, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video and my coverage of earnings report of Canadian companies, consider subscribing to the channel to see similar videos. I will wait for more other Canadian companies' their earnings report to come to hopefully cover those as well. But until that time, I see you guys in the next video. Farewell.